Good morning. Hey, I'm Steve Weber. Welcome to the American Gumption Morning Show. It is Friday, March 19th, and this is episode 2 of the On the Road broadcast. I am taking a 3.5-week trip across the United States. I flew out to California on Wednesday, on St. Patrick's Day, and spent the day yesterday here in California getting acclimated and organized. And today I'm going to take a little bit of a day trip, and then one more day to kind of relax here in Northern California. And then on Wednesday or Sunday, I drive down to Southern California, and the journey really begins. So anyway, welcome to show number 146, American Gumption Morning Show, broadcasting with spirituality gone wild, and broadcasting on the American Gumption Facebook page and American Gumption YouTube channel. So thank you for joining. So the next 3.5 weeks, I'm going to be on the road, and I'm sort of figuring this out. Up the last 7.5 months, I broadcast from the American Gumption headquarters back in Pennsylvania, and did the first 144 shows there. But now we're on the road, and we're going to be adventuring. So today I'm just going to do a short little broadcast. I'm going to kind of just fill you in on what happened yesterday. I'm going to show you the car that I'll be driving, not in too much detail, just a picture or two, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm planning to do. And really, what I'm doing is I'm just getting my my sea legs underneath me in terms of figuring out how to broadcast from the road and to keep this whole ship rolling along, that sort of thing. So let's see here. Let me find one other page, my notes here, and I think this is it. Here we go. Yeah. So anyway, what today is going to be is it's basically the On the Road episode 2, and I'm going to do the car reveal today. And again, I expect to be only about 10 minutes here with this broadcast. So what did I do yesterday? I got settled in. So I'm staying with my sister Jean and Bob, her husband of 20 plus years. And I lived in the Bay Area for 27 years. So this is kind of like a coming home in some ways. And the house that they're in, it was about 5 miles away from where I used to live, probably not even that far, 3 miles away. And I over the years, I spent a lot of time here visiting until I moved to Montana in 2006-07 time frame. So anyway, coming back to the Bay Area is a bit of a homecoming. Things have changed here the last, 15 years. It's certainly gotten built up a lot more, the technology boom, and, but lots of it looks the same, and then lots of it looks a little bit different. So anyway, a big accomplishment was I did a show yesterday, and I kind of revealed what the 3.5 week the whole journey is. So go back and watch episode 1, show 145, if you want to kind of see where I'm going, basically down to Southern California next, and then, Boulder and Kansas City. But anyway, I went through all of that in more detail yesterday as far as the timeline and where I'm going. So like I said, yesterday, I just spent the day getting settled in here, visiting with family. Didn't do too much. Well, we did go out and talk about the car, and I'll save that just for a minute or two from now. But did the broadcast. That was a key thing. How's the laptop going to perform in terms of, setting up and getting out there? I think it worked out okay. A little bit different. I have a much narrower screen in which to work from, and so I'm learning to do all of that. But played around a little bit with the technology. Started reaching out to people that I've already been reaching out to and saying, hey, I'm on the road, I'm coming, I'll be showing up, next Wednesday, confirming things, that sort of thing. And so that all feels good. I feel like I'm getting lined up, with where I'm heading. Got next week, more or less a plan for the whole week. So excited. Once I get going in here, it'll be like nonstop until, for about a 2-week period until I get to Kansas City to another family, to my brother John's house. So anyway, yesterday, like I said, I spent the day just visiting with Jean and Bob. It was great to just have a relaxing day where I could just sit and talk. And over the years, we all, we spent a lot of time together and knew each other, but it had been a few years since we just had a chance to just sit down and talk about things. So a fun time, good day, nice sushi dinner last night. Everything, great to just visit with family, right? That's what it's all about. All righty, now let me go ahead and bring up the car. I've been teasing the car. Let's show head. There it is. There's the car. Let's change one thing here. We'll change my background to that blue. There we go. So yeah, there is the car, and I'm gonna let me make this disappear here. Whoops, not that one. There we go. So there is Jean in front of the Prius. I think it's a 2009. I'm not even sure of that. It's either a 2008 or a 2009. And she is essentially, it's going back, and it's going to be, it's going to stay in the family. But Jean upgraded her car. And so this car is the plan was she was going to actually drive it across the country. But then she thought, oh, I can't get out there until the summertime. And it wasn't a good time for her to drive it across the country. And then they looked into, having it shipped across the country. And at that point, I went, hey, I'd like to take a drive. I'll just fly out to California and I'll drive the car back. But of course, I right away thought, hey, I can have an adventure. I can take the American Gumption show on the road. So that's really how it all started out. So this is like I said, a 2009 Prius. Let's see, I'm going to change this. Where is that car picture now? There we go. Here we go. I think there we go. Now I got it. This will be the car I'm driving in. It's, I guess, a 2008 or 9 Prius. And, we went through the whole thing yesterday. Jean showed me how everything works. So I got my phone synced up to the whatever you call that technology that, you use your Bluetooth and it connects right into the, little mapping system. So if you get a phone call, you just touch the touch pad there in terms of on the phone, and there's a little phone holder. So we're all set that way, and figured out the Sirius satellite radio. She's keeping that hooked up for until I get back. So I'll have some nice music to listen to. She gave me a whole list of stations that she thought I might like. So, it's going to be, I'll have lots of music to keep me entertained as I travel about. So, alrighty. So yeah, so that's the car. I'm sure I'll show you that and talk about that in other episodes as we proceed along. But we'll, like I said, I wanted to share that with you. Okay, now, final thing. What am I going to do today? So I am going down to Monterey today. Let me throw this back up here. There we go. I am going to Monterey today, and I'm meeting a friend, Scott and Dory, who became good friends during the Bubba Gump years. About a year after I became Forrest Gump, I met those guys. Met them actually even sooner than that, but we really became friends about a year later. And then for the next 14 years that I was working for Bubba Gump, every time I went to Monterey, I would spend a lot of times I spent the night at their house, or we just would visit at least for a few hours after on a Saturday night after I worked at the Bubba Gump restaurant. And so anyway, I'm going to take a drive down to Monterey today, and we're going to tour around. We're going to take some video, and then I'll bring that video clips and I'll do a show, and I'll talk about what my trip was. I will go sit on the bench in front of the Bubba Gump restaurant and do a little video there, and I'll bring you that video. I won't do it live. I'll just record it and I'll bring it back and I'll show it on another show. So that's what the plan is for today. I'm going to get out of here in about an hour from now, drive down there, meet Scott, and we'll just spend a little bit of time. Now, the other thing that I started doing is reaching out to people. There's different social sites. You can meet people as you're traveling. And so beginning the process there, looking for interesting people that I can stop and meet along the way, do a quick interview, maybe a virtual one. Preferably we get together. We have to be smart, obviously, about how we, who I meet and how I meet based on the craziness of today's world. But we'll figure out, we'll cross all those bridges as we come to them. So, but want this to be an adventure where I'm meeting new people, bringing those stories, to people, sharing them, and just basically having an adventure. So that's it for today. I think I'm going to wrap up here. last thing I want to say is I'm kind of making this up as we go along, right? I had been doing the show regularly from 7 to 8 a.m. on the Pacific time, 10 to 11 East Coast time. The last 2 mornings, I scheduled my broadcast for about 15 past the hour, just because I wasn't as organized as I needed to be. Getting up, getting up here, West Coast time, a little bit more challenging to wake up and have myself ready. So I scheduled it for 15 past the hour. Might do that program until, or I might just bite the bullet and say, okay, I got to get up earlier and make it all happen. So figuring that out, I might end up doing a show on Saturday and Sunday. So I might do a show every day during this. Just kind of came up with that idea this morning, even if it's just a few minutes to check in. That might happen. So we're making this up. Leave a comment if you feel like one thing is a better way for me to do. Open the suggestions. That's it, I think. Have a nice day, everybody. I am going to Monterey. I spent 15 years sitting on the bench in Monterey, so it's going to be a little bit of a homecoming. But Pacific Grove, Monterey, Carmel by the Sea, beautiful places. I'm going to I'm going to travel around those areas today, get some video footage and put together a little montage of that and share it with people. So that is the plan for today. And then tomorrow, one more day of Saturday relaxing. So kind of thinking I'm going to go live tomorrow morning. And probably Sunday morning, even before I get in the car and drive, just to sort of update it. That's sort of kind of like, that's the new idea. I'm thinking, I'll just come on, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes. And some days I'll be a little more organized, and maybe I'll go live later in the day at, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon if I'm with somebody, and do a broadcast then. So the beauty of this is I get to make it up as I go along. So any comments or suggestions, I'm more than happy to hear those. So, all right, that's it. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you. I will probably see you tomorrow. We're gonna just leave it at that, and we'll see what happens. All righty. Well, happy Friday. Here's that closing. Where's that closing song at? It's like I never did this before.